y'all doing?
Mike behind the camera, guys.
What's up, planet Earth?
What's up, universe? I just went up your ass, bro. What's after universe? Oof. Anyway, welcome to episode 4, Quattro. We will be recapping UFC 17, Las Vegas, baby. And this is the last card of the year, bro. Kind of sad, right?
Very sad. 3 weeks, no events. We'll figure out what we're gonna insert and what else we're gonna.
We got something planned. Should we let them know?
Nah, we'll save it for the end.
We'll save it for the end. Hey, stay tuned at the end of the show. We got something planned for you in these coming, maybe next week. Who knows?
Last week of December.
All right, man. Well, let's just jump into this card already. We'll get the ball rolling. Like I said, UFC 17, Fight Night, Las Vegas, the last card of the year. We got our main event, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson against the Handz of Steel, Geoff Neal. Johnny, we called this, bro.
Perfectly.
We called this. If you watched our episode 3 breakdown, we said Taekwondo was going to be key in this. Distance management, he was going to piece them up. Hey, what did I say, though? I mentioned this. Go fact check me. And I said, if Wonderboy is able to bloody, if Wonderboy is able to bloody Geoff Neal early on, and to talk about that, it was a clash of heads that caused it. Even Wonderboy got bloodied, but the area in which Geoff Neal was cut right here on his right eye, that affects him more, you know?
Dude, honestly, when you said that in the last episode, I was just like, yeah, that's a comment. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you get a little blood in your eyes. But it ended up actually being a big cut right above his eye.
Yeah.
Blood drip. Like, that ended up being way more of a.
It happened early, first round.
Yeah, first round. Yeah,
Do I have some freaking voodoo on me, bro? I think
Mac, bro?
I do have a crystal ball inside that I tend to look at it, but I can only look at it for 10 seconds a day, or else I might destroy humanity. But anyway, this fight was not very close.
No, not at all. All 5 rounds easily for Stephen Thompson. Like you said, he used that karate taekwondo style to keep away from him.
The Karate Kid, man.
Keep the distance. We got to throw a meme up right there.
The Karate Kid or the one with Chuck Norris? Both.
Stephen Thompson takes them all, boy. I knew coming into this that it wasn't a good fight for Geoff Neal just because this was too much of a big step. I said he was going to have to show that something special, and Stephen Thompson is just way too good. He's way too technical, and he kind of really just stole this fight pretty easily. I know when you see the pictures of him or his post-fight conference, he looked pretty beat up, but like you said, the clash of heads left both of them a big cut right over the eye. And I mean, Thompson really stole this one. In those 4th and 5th rounds, he really started sitting down on his punches and hitting him hard. And I guess it kind of says that Thompson doesn't really have although he's a big guy in that weight class, he doesn't really have the knockout power because he did the same thing to Vicente Luque. Towards the end of their fight, just really started landing hard, and both of these guys he wasn't able to knock them out.
Well, I think Wonderboy could have knocked him out, bro. He's the NMF, man. The nicest motherfucker, man. He's knocked out guys before, but those are usually like flash KOs, one kick done. But this one,
spinning back kick.
This time he would have Geoff Neal hurt, and then, bro, whenever he'd approach him and be like, "You all right? You good?
You're right. Let's fight. Let's go back to fight."
And then they bang, and then the same thing would happen. Obviously, Geoff Neal was more of the aggressor, but I mean, dude, and it also just felt like Geoff Neal wasn't pulling the trigger. I mean, in that last and final round, I mean, he couldn't cut off Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. No, and talking about cutting off, they fought in a smaller cage.
Yeah, he was able to stay around stay on the outside, glide around the outside of the ring. And in the smaller cage, a lot of people have been saying that would be effective and better for Geoff Neal. But
did you also notice whenever Wonderboy, I mean, he didn't have a good sense of the cage, I guess since it was a little smaller, maybe his first time fighting one. Anyway, sometimes he would, during his side steps and back pedals, he would kind of hit the back of the cage with his back foot and kind of stumble. Mm-hmm. And Geoff Neal would be like, "You good? You're good?
I'm gonna let you recover from that.
Dude,
not gonna swarm you."
Not that this fight was ultra disappointing, but I wasn't taken away. This obviously isn't fight of the year. I expected more out of it.
You know what I thought was very similar to this? Similar styles is Irene Aldana's fight against Holly Holm. Holly Holm was able to land from the outstrike, use her discipline, kickboxing style to stay on the outside, continue rolling around the outside of the ring. And I think Adesanya does somewhat of a similar thing. I think Yoel Romero's, I know although it was an extremely boring fight, you kind of...
Oh, wait. Are you talking about Yoel Romero versus Adesanya?
Yes.
I'm going to stop you there.
We're just not going to talk about that? Okay, that's fine.
No, but if we're talking about fights that had more hype than they should have, and
that's definitely top of the list.
You know what?
But this is my point, is that with a guy like Thompson or the rhythm that Holly Holm has found herself in, and a guy like Adesanya, you can't bite on the feints. I think Yoel did go in there with the right game plan. It's like, I can't pressure you because you're going to counter me. I can't out-feint you. You're not going to out-feint Adesanya.
But that's how Adesanya beats everybody, even with Costa.
Exactly.
Everybody thinks they're going to go in there and be like, oh, I'm just going to go piece him up.
Exactly. You can't do that. That's why Yoel's style is, or his plan was fitted for somebody like Thompson. You know what I mean? You can't go out there and pressure him. You're going to get pieced up. You got to sit there, wait for your opportunities. Except Geoff Neal didn't really throw anything that opened up opportunities. He tried to feint with him and try to never cut him off.
Well, let me tell you this, bro. It's different with Adesanya because Adesanya's known for counter-striking and knocking you out with the counter-strike. Wonderboy Thompson isn't like a knockout counter-strike guy. He's more of a like flash KO. A kick that you don't see behind the head just lands. Done. But that's what I'm saying, like, instigate the fight more, man. It was just like he was too scared, and
he basically moved forward.
And taking nothing away from the Wonderboy, though.
No.
The Wonder Boy.
Well, that's what it was. Wonderboy just fought his fight. He just fought his fight, did everything that Wonderboy usually always does, and that's why I say he stole this win. Because Geoff Neal did instigate the fight, as in like moving forward, but he didn't throw any punches to stop the counters or slow down the counters or anything that Wonderboy was doing. He was just basically playing into Wonderboy's plan.
But let's talk about going into the 5th round of the fight, guys. So, and Michael Bisping mentioned this, and I was kind of like, it made sense. So, into the fight, Steven's already won 4 of the 5 rounds. All he has to do is survive, right? Don't get knocked out. But, so I gotta give it credit for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He was kind of just like sitting in the pocket with Geoff Neal, basically giving Geoff Neal his best chance. His best chance to win, which is through knockout, because that's the only way he could have won. So, that was interesting, and it was kind of dumb, too. Because, you know, if you already got the fight in the bag, why are you doing that?
He did the same thing with Luque, you know what I mean? Luque's a hard puncher. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to entertain the crowd. That's why I like Wonderboy, and that's why he was 5 fighting 11. I didn't think he was supposed to be fighting this down. Hopefully he gets to fight up. And
hey, bro, there was a lot of these fights on the card, though. A lot of top fighters, veterans, fighting down. Just to go off topic, so Steven was one of them. And then there was Aldo fighting rank 15 Chito Vera. And then there was rank number 3 Marlon fighting rank number, 11?
11, I think.
Rob Font. So this main card consisted a lot of that. Top fighters fighting.
Yeah.
And they all won. Oh, no, except Marlon.
Well, he was,
we saw. Okay, are we done talking about this one?
Johnny.
What did you think about our co-main event, man?
I think we do got a crystal ball somewhere around here, bro, because we said that although Jose Aldo was coming off of some losses, in his losses he looked extremely good.
Only lost to the top guys.
Only lost to the top guys, and he was fighting ranked number 15 Marlon Vera. But once again, these top guys fighting down, seeing if these up-and-comers can go ahead and take that spot. And Jose Aldo looked amazing.
Ripping the body, baby.
Ripping the body.
Taking the good old Canelo Alvarez approach, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Rip the body. Shut off their stamina, bro. Just like tire them out. Dude, it already looked like, okay, dude, after round 1, and there was a lot of these. There was a lot of, in this card specifically, a lot of round 1 went to one fighter, and then round 2 or 3, it would just shift. But this one, Aldo looked good round 1, and then he just kept up that pace, and then Marlon Vera, man, I don't know if it was just fighting a legend, but flat.
Flat. It's so flat. I don't even know. You don't even look good while you're singing. The worst thing I've ever heard.
That's what I mean right there.
I gotta come in, I gotta save it.
I gotta save us with the solo. Yeah, Johnny, but what did you think about Marlon Vera here, bro?
Yeah, I think it was definitely just looking down the face of a legend who was hitting hard. Like I think that's another thing. I think Jose Aldo retains his power from 145 coming down to 135. It looks like he's made the weight easy.
Didn't he say though that he feels better at this weight class?
I think he did a whole diet change and everything, like completely changed his life in order to make this weight class. But yeah, Chito Vera, huge fan of him. I like Chito Vera. And
not many Ecuadorian fighters, and he's one of them.
Well, supposedly in Ecuador, he's like a freaking superstar. Like he's all over the place in ads.
You know, you walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Saying, man, I'm gonna cover up, I'm gonna let Jose hit me hard, and not really show anything back. He looked good in that second round. I understand when somebody, like when they say it was a 29-28, I understand that they gave him the second round somewhat, but
all three did.
Jose Aldo was just, it was more of a testament of how good he looked. And I mean, Marlon was facing down a legend, ex-champion. That's what you get. You weren't ready. I'm still excited to see what Marlon Vera goes forward from here.
Rematch. Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera.
If he loses one more, no. But if he loses one more, that's gonna happen. Right now, I don't think it will happen because he still has the "I beat you" vibe. But if he loses one more, Sean O'Malley could definitely entice the UFC to saying, "Give me that fight back." Obviously, this guy was a hype job who came in, got lucky with the nerve. He could sell it at that point.
So you think Sean O'Malley is gonna have to fight somebody else, win that fight, and then eventually fight Chito again? Or
yeah, I think Sean O'Malley has to continue winning. But I think if Marlon if he loses this next one, they'll definitely give him that rematch. I think.
I feel like win or lose, they're destined to meet again.
Yes, but that'll probably be like if they can eventually hit that top 5. You know what I mean? We got to kill off a number 1 contender.
Oh, here's what's interesting. So Marlon Vera came into this fight ranked 15. Does this boot him out of the top 15?
I don't think so.
He stays, right? I mean, he lost to Jose Aldo.
And it was number 7 to number 15.
Oh, Jose was ranked 7?
Yes.
So, and I know you texted me this. So Jose, he's gonna fight. He's gonna make a run, right?
I hope so.
This is the fighter who makes his run back, right?
I hope so because he's looked so good, and I thought that he was beating Peter Yan in those early rounds. Pewter.
Next time you say Peter Yan, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna tell him to come kick your ass.
I'm gonna tell him I love the color.
It's a nice color.
Nice little shady gray.
Exactly.
But he even looked great in their title fight where he lost. He looked great in the Marlon Moraes fight where it was a split decision loss. But I'm very excited for the rest of Jose.
Don't bring up Marlon Moraes in this episode until we talk about it.
Okay, no more Marlon Moraes until the fight comes up. But that's all I got for this one. Chito, I hope he can really turn it around. He really just looked real gun shy in front of the legend.
I just want to break down some stats that kind of like popped out. So looking at the total strikes, Chito had 92 to Aldo 60, but let's break it down a step further. Body strikes, and that was just seemed to be working more, right? The body combinations that Aldo was landing. So 21 body strikes for Aldo, and over here Marlon only was able to throw 11. But if you look at like the fighter picture, the damage indicator, Marlon's body's red. Like, and if you rewatch that fight, you know what I'm talking about, man. He was ripping that body all night. It was taking a hold of Marlon's gas tank.
Well, I was rewatching the fight earlier, and Chito Vera was so comfortable with when Jose Aldo would feint or come in, he would say, I'll put my shell up, I'll protect, and then there was moments where he'd feint up top just so he could get that shell in and say, here's the big left right to that freaking liver. And he took it, man.
Oh yeah, credit for, like we say, he has grit. Marlon Vera, credit for him for not folding. But good fight. If Marlon gets some more wins, if Aldo gets some more wins, I just feel like Marlon's not done yet. I feel like he's going to come back stronger. Aldo's, starting a new title run at bantamweight here. It'd be nice maybe if one day they fight again, right? Kind of like maybe when Aldo, because Aldo's 34, he has more in the tank. Maybe down the road when Aldo's kind of like on his send-off, run that one back.
Yes, because Marlon Vera has just done nothing but grow inside the UFC. Like, he got lucky in his shot in the Latin Ultimate Fighter. I was hearing that in an interview the other day, that he got lucky saying like, oh, they just said that they were trying out. I went, I tried out. I was just a regular fighter at that point.
He was just taking a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, like with no real like training, right?
And he's got signed now. He's with teams. That's why he's looked. As long as it's taken to become a prospect now, he's now reaching that
15
point.
UFC fights. So, like I said, he's been in there. Johnny, something I wanted to mention. What did you think about Stephen Wonderboy's call out at the end of his win? The NMF calling out the BMF, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
I think it was a good call out. Somewhat.
Two though. The second.
Yeah, because I was about to say that it was somewhat of a good call out because it's like, hey, I beat you, and you ranked ahead of me now, but I'm gonna give you the shot to come and get this win back. I don't think that that's gonna happen.
Not before the Colby fight. I see Jorge and Colby fighting first. Maybe eventually, if Wonderboy's to win again, we'll see that fight. But nobody had a better year than Jorge Masvidal. Arguably Israel Adesanya, but like I said, that's why he's. And you got knocked out by Anthony Pettis in that time. So that's why he's ranked ahead of you, Wonderboy. Obviously, you want to fight him again because he has all the hype, and there's some money there because Jorge is one of the biggest names and draws in the UFC right now. No wonder why you want to fight him, Wonderboy.
Even though you already got to win over him.
Even though you got to win. Before he went on his reality show, right? You fought Jorge Masvidal before he was Street Jesus.
Yes, before what does he call the reincarnation?
The reincarnation, the evolution. All right, Johnny. Match number 3, bro. We were very hyped for this.
I think everyone was that was like a hardcore fan.
Welterweight, probably the most entertaining fight of the card. Well, had that hype, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we had, the main event, the co-main event were really good, but it was like this one was like, it flew under the radar, but it was just, if you're a hardcore fan,
you knew that this was gonna be fireworks. 4th of July, Happy New Year's, baby.
We had Michele Pereira, the dance fighter, man.
Michele.
Anyway, the dance fighter was finally going up against some real competition, a guy that can really bring the knockouts.
That's just entertaining as him, except without all of the antics. Khaos Williams staring into your soul.
Khaos, the Ox Fighter Williams. Now his name isn't Khaos. That's a name he was. It's like his childhood name.
Yeah, his childhood name.
His name's actually Kalen.
Kalen, yeah.
I'd go Khaos too if my name was Kalen.
Khaos is cool.
Khaos comes out of here. What'd you say about my name, motherfucker? Nothing. Khaos Williams. Anyway, Khaos Williams, man. He had 2 UFC fights prior to this, and had only been in the octagon a total of a minute.
No, 57 seconds.
57 seconds, yeah.
Don't give him them extra 3.
Yeah, because his first 2 fights, he knocked out Morono in 27, then he knocked out Razak Al Hassan in 30. And then with Pieta, I was calling for a knockout, man. But I'm going to say it right here because I know it was a close fight, but I'm going to say...
Robbery!
Who got robbed?
Khaos Williams got robbed, man.
You think Khaos should have won that fight?
And we were texting during this fight. What did I tell you? I have 2-0 Khaos going to the 3rd round.
Oh yeah, you did text me that.
But then I also prefaced it with, this is a close fight. Thank God I'm not a judge. This could go any way. And sure enough, it went the other way.
Yeah, I said 1-1.
Robbery going
into that 3rd. 1-1 going into that 3rd just because it was so close.
You ever seen Reservoir Dogs?
Yes.
Robbery. That's what this was. This fight was Reservoir Dogs. Straight up. Okay, but go on. So what did you take?
Okay, you're wrong, bro.
Robbery? Robbery? No, we say robbery when Brandon Morono easily won the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round, and you know what? The fight just happens to go to a draw or the other way.
Can I say something?
No, this was 1-1 going into the 3rd
Can I say
round.
something?
I'm getting loud.
Can I say something?
I'm getting loud.
That's all? Okay.
No, I'm gonna cut you off one more time. It was 1-1 going into that 3rd round, and I think Michele easily won that 3rd round.
Read the Okay, that was too loud. Read the numbers, bro. Did you see the fight stats?
I think Khaos outstruck him in every round, right?
Khaos outstruck him in every round, but that right front kick from Pieta was working all fucking night, man. And I think that's what really caught the judge's eye. I mean, in my mind too, when I was watching, I'm like, does Khaos has an answer for that? Because early on, Khaos was looking to catch it, come over with the right. But then, like, sure enough, he abandoned that strategy and was just absorbing midsection front kicks.
And the thing is why I think personalities really do kind of sway the judges in some way, because because we have Khaos Williams coming in here with the intention to knock you out in the first 30 seconds, obviously. And in that first round alone, I was just thinking, man, I was expecting a little bit more activity from Khaos. I know he led the dance.
It took him a minute to get started, though, right?
Yeah. Michele way too unorthodox to. He knew that he couldn't just go and explode on him and get caught with some stupid capoeira, backflip, head spin dance kick.
Hey, but that little capoeira style did show up, but he used it wisely. He saved that shit for the third round. Because early on in his first UFC fights, he would burn himself out doing that round 1, round 2, and round 3. He had nothing in the tank. This one, it was technical 1, technical 2, 3.
We're gonna
have some fun. But then, round 3, he also mixed it up and said, let me take you down. And then, you know what? I know it was a close fight, and you know what it is, guys? It's not a robbery. I was just on the Khaos hype train, man. I was just on the Khaos hype train, like all of us were, man. And
we all were.
I know it sucks to admit it, but I'm not Sean O'Malley. But Khaos took the L here, man. I wanted it to be 2-0 going in round 3, but I gave first round, in my heart of hearts, round 1 Pieta, round 2 I'll give it to Khaos, round 3 that was dominant by Pieta.
Yeah, that takedown just kind of really put the bow at the end of it. That's why it was like.
But you know what I do? I like his when he does the karaoke shuffle. Like, you know what I'm saying? He does this weird leg hit movement.
Yeah.
And I'll show it just so everybody has an idea of it, but I love that. It's just like, you don't see that in the UFC.
And it's extra unorthodox.
It's just like, what the fuck is this guy? And then he comes over with like a Superman punch.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, look at my feet. I'm doing a Superman punch off the fence now.
You know what it reminds me of? What's that movie where it's like thunder, lightning, thunder?
Little thunder? Stop it. Little lightning? Stop it. Thunder, lightning, ears! Oh!
Boom. But yeah, that's what Pieta is, man. He is that new guy. He's that meme. Very entertaining fight. I wanted the knockout. Which round was it, bro? Was it the end of the second? It was the end of the second. Last 10 seconds where Khaos was kind of just throwing these looping hooks. Pieta ended up taking his back, putting him in a rear naked.
Oh, yes.
And if it wasn't for the round ending, man, we might have seen a finish there. But second round was obviously really close as well. Pieta just looked really good. He's 27 years old. He has a lot of hype. We'll see Khaos again. But Michele Pereira, my fitness consigliere, very, very good fighter, man.
Yes.
He's a fun fighter.
But he's a fun fighter.
We're going to see more of him for sure. But let's go on to the next sad, tragic tale.
We're stepping into match 4, and it's still exciting. We got Magic Marlon Moraes taking on Rob Font. And
we do have Magic.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Magic Marlon Moraes? We don't have it.
No.
Anyway, jumping into our 4th fight, we have we have Marlon the Muggle Moraes versus
Harry Potter reference.
Rob Font, man. Rob the motherfucker Font. Is that his name?
I think that's his nickname, bro.
It is now. Because damn, he pieced up Marlon, man. What'd you think, man?
Dude, what we said in episode 3 is that this fight was catered for Marlon.
Catered. Like, literally, Calvin catered.
Calvin
was catering the fight, and he's Rob Font's teammate.
And that's the problem. Actually, that's a really good point. Calvin Kattar is a very strong hitter in the weight
class. Max Holloway next.
In the weight class right above them. That kind of presents all the problems that Marlon Moraes brings to the table. He's a big guy for the weight class. He, is a power puncher. Rob Font kind of really knew what to do with that, and after he got taken down, Rob Font got up and said, wow, this guy is gas. Marlon Moraes was tired after 1 minute of wrestling that he initiated.
2 minutes wrestling.
2 minutes.
He had
of
control time for exactly 2 minutes 31 seconds. But go on.
Yeah.
Two takedowns.
When we're looking at that time, 2 minutes and 31 seconds of being on top, that's usually where people are taking their rest. That's people where I'm on top of you, I'm wearing you down, I'm gonna get you tired now, and that somehow when Rob Font got up, Marlon was already stretching out his arms, trying to.
I was just so confused. Like I don't know what happened because there was a time when they stood up, and in my head, and no commentators had said it yet, but in my head I was like, is Marlon hurt? And then as soon as I thought that, Rob Font had landed a 3-hook combo. He landed right hook, left hook, right hook, and then kind of stumbled him, and then Marlon throws a back spin kick.
Why?
After he's already gassed, and then Rob Font ends up landing a glancing uppercut, kind of like stumbles him forward, and then lands another uppercut, sits and flattens him.
Yes, no, but you're missing that jab.
Oh, the jab.
Middle.
You're right.
That was just and Rob Font was so crisp with the jab literally comes from right here. Like there's no wind up, there's no tail.
Yeah, it's a fucking jab.
It's perfect. Yeah, I know, but he's like.
But no, the way Marlon received the jab is what we're. Because he had him, he flew
took it
like 5 feet. He was like that jab had a lot of power. What is he, One Punch Man?
I mean, he was supposed to be. Marlon Moraes was supposed to be One Punch Man.
No,
with his bald head.
I'm talking about.
It ended up being that he is the One Punch Man. That it
One
just
punch
takes one
man.
jab, one jab.
Yeah. God, but yeah.
But Rob Font looked great. I really didn't expect him to come out. Well, actually, we did. Why am I even talking like I put faith in Marlon Moraes?
You didn't.
Sadly,
You didn't pick him though, because I remember in episode 3 we talked about it. And I'm like, I'm going to Marlon Moraes. You're going to Rob Font. You're like, no, I'm not. You actually picked Marlon.
And I don't know
Just
why.
because you saw it was catered. Calvin catered.
It was catered for him.
Rank 3 Marlon Moraes against rank 11 Rob Font, but Rob Font dominated. He's going to be in that top something.
I don't know.
10, 7, 8, who knows? But he is a contender at 33 years old. I like Rob Font.
He's looking good, man. He's looking real good.
I'm gonna head out, and that's me That's me being the meme of SpongeBob as Marlon Moraes.
As the Muggle?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
on.
Okay, let's talk about our big boy matchup, and what a turn of events for Greg Hardy, man. I was gonna say something kind of like slap him, like I was gonna throw a jab at him, but I'll save that. I'll save that for the MMA audience because you guys already know.
Yeah,
but
he's gotten pieced up with jabs.
But anyway, Marcin, is it Marcin or Marcin? Because
I think Marcin.
Because DC fucks up everybody's name. He called him Marcin, and I'm like, is that it? Probably
Marcin Manhunter.
But anyway, Marcin Tybura, he was taking some right hands that first round, but guess who gassed out?
Old inhaler.
Adult asthma, bro.
The old adult asthma.
Greg, the adult asthma Hardy.
Greg, the one-round fighter. Hardy.
The one-round wonder, man.
States.
You know how there's the 8th wonder of the world? He's the 9th wonder of the world for adult asthma. Anyway.
Hey, weren't you an ex-NFL player now turned professional UFC fighter? How do you have asthma, sir?
Well, think about it. When you're playing professional football, and I've seen this with players, especially if they're playing in, Denver, where the elevation is higher. When they're not playing, and the offense is on the field, or whoever's on and off, whoever's off the field obviously has like some breathing apparatus. Maybe he thought, the UFC probably allows that shit too in between rounds. It does with Greg Hardy, and you couldn't use it this round. And in the second round, we saw Tybura implement the good old
wet blanket, baby, soaked in milk.
God, man,
That thing was heavy.
dude. Greg Hardy has no answer once he's on his back. You know what? Guys, anytime I'm watching these fights, especially with DC commentating, I always think I'm in DC's mind, and DC's like, how would I defeat Greg Hardy?
Yeah. I'd slam him on his head.
I would do exactly that, but I would have done it first round.
You know what? Everybody's gonna make fun of Greg Hardy though, because that's just what the MMA audience does. But he looked good in that first round.
Well,
he was.
We have a right to make fun of somebody who says they can go beat Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
And can't fight 3 rounds. But
he gave us that right.
He looked all right in that first round. He definitely landed hard on Marcin, and Marcin said, "I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take you down." And TKO, right? TKO in the second round.
Thank
Just
God.
ended up putting a pounding on him. Greg Hardy couldn't get up at all, just turned turtle.
Yeah, well, Greg Hardy wasn't even turtling. All he did was, he was flat on his back. He just did this motion, and you got to intelligently defend yourself. And Greg Hardy wasn't doing that. He was just absorbing shots, and he was basically,
He had given up.
he basically said, I don't want to fight anymore. Or, no, I can't fight anymore. I
Yeah.
can't. He was taking shots, and his body language was saying, I can't do anything. Yeah, and well, the fight was stopped, and that was it. Marcin Tybura, 4-0, 2020.
I think that's the longest.
Heavyweight active streak.
Yeah.
You're right. So, goodbye, Greg Hardy. What's up, Marcin Tybura? Welcome to the top 15.
Hopefully. It's
I think
about
so.
time. I mean, a 4-fight win streak.
All right.
The next one was our featured prelim, Anthony Pettis versus Alex Morono.
Showtime!
I know in the last episode I said that I definitely thought this was going to be his last fight in the UFC, but now he's talking about trying to stay around. I know he also mentioned his brother at Bellator.
Bro, this was another one of those fights where somebody wins round one, goes on to fucking lose.
Dominated round one. He got on him quickly.
What was that kick right off the bat? Then was that a switch kick? He did a flying kick. It wasn't a back spin kick, right? Anthony Pettis did a kick, ended up slipping. Morono ended up taking the advantage on the ground, getting his back, dominating most of that round on the ground. But
Anthony Pettis admitted that after that slip, that Morono caught him twice with 2 hooks that really hurt him, and that's why he got dominated in that first round. I don't remember seeing the hooks, but maybe it was in a quick exchange before he jumped on top of him. But yeah, that first round was a complete domination, and then Anthony Pettis came back, showed his grit, and
Showtime! So yeah, Showtime came through. Man, let's talk about that back spinning wheel kick, man.
That one almost. I was really hoping he would finish it there.
Did you see how he set it up though?
No, I don't think so.
So what it was, guys, is I'm not Robin Black here, and if you know Robin Black, you know what I'm talking about. But the stance that Anthony Pettis did, he made his back foot, he kind of lined it up with him, kind of Muay Thai stance, kind of like he was going to throw a front kick, ended up throwing a low kick, brought it back fast, and then whipped it around for the back wheel kick.
Ooh.
Didn't see that coming. Morono was like, he saw the low kick, but then the way Anthony was able to throw that back spin kick with the same leg so fast, like, who's gonna see that late, especially when you're gassed already, you know what I'm saying? You're just thinking about how tired you are, or you're trying not to think about that. He turned him into Soldier Boy. The rubber band man. Yeah, so Alex Morono was the rubber band man. Pettis ended up, gaining on top of him. Thank God the round ended, because that would have ended in finish. Showtime's back.
Yeah, I thought he should have finished that round. I thought he should have finished him there in the 5th round.
Should have been finished.
Because he was definitely wobbled after that kick, and then he jumped on him and followed.
You think he was wobbled? Soldier Boy, tell him. Anyway, Anthony Pettis, he wants to go, post-fight call-out. He wants to go fight Tony Ferguson a second time, so that means he wants to drop back down to lightweight. That's interesting, but we'll save that for another talk. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
It's like tribal war dance, bro. It's just like, it really pumps you up, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
The last fight that we went over on episode 3 was the women fight, Kianzad versus Sijara Eubanks. And I think that was the fight that ended up tipping the scales for me and getting this belt on this side right here. It was a good fight, right?
No, like sleeper as it flew into the radar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Kianzad ended up winning that fight. That was one of those where Sarge really dominated in that first round.
Kept on the ground.
Yeah, and then Patty.
You see the control time though?
No, what was it?
6 minutes and 33 seconds, and most of that first round.
Yeah, first round.
Probably like 4 of that?
No, probably like 5.
Five. So the whole round.
Yeah.
But then,
almost.
did she pull a Marlon Moraes? And I mean, this fight was before the Moraes fight. She gassed herself out on the ground, right?
Somewhat. And then Patty was also like, I thought Sarge was a big girl already because she came from the 125 division.
Her frame, right?
The
Like her
Ultimate
build?
Fighter. Yeah. I thought she was a big fighter.
Shoulders.
And I knew Patty came down from the 145 Ultimate Fighter show, but Patty looked way bigger. So I think it ended up being her just being strong enough to defend the takedowns and then land some really
Bigger
good strikes to the face.
and well composed. You know what I'm saying? Like fighting like Cesaro Eubanks, that's like fighting Jacare. as in my opinion. It's just like they have like this intimidating factor. Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? If I would see, dude, me personally, if I saw Sajara Eubanks across an octagon, I'd be like, you know, she's tough. She fucking Penny. I mean, she's also, she's a Swede, bro. Like, she's foreign. I thought she was from America, but you're right. We kept calling her the Swede in our group text. She just really came out to fight tonight, like mentally and because also mentally. Dude, after that first round, some people take it up the ass. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen all fight, but she found a way to turn it around, like most people on this card. Remember, won one round
or lost? Yeah,
won the first round, went on to lose the fight. So,
yeah, they both look good. I was excited for Penny. I had picked her. Like I said, I think that's why this beautiful belt is right here on my side this week.
It'll be the last time it's ever on there in this entire show. Making that statement right now.
Not true. More MMA knowledge, baby.
Got lucky. This was a weird card, by the way.
Yeah, and it being so long.
Not in the main events, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of expected the main events to go that way, but I guess you could say the welterweight and bantamweight fight on this card. But yeah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of the ones that were interesting that we just wanted to highlight that we didn't go over on the card was the Short King.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
Winn. What is he standing at? 5'6", fighting in the 185-pound division.
Short Kings for the win, baby.
That was the one and only win.
You see, I was just about to walk off there. That could have been end of episode, guys. Just end it on that. I'm 5'6", so hey, Darren Winn, man, fighting for the Short Kings, baby.
It's not gonna happen again. He's gonna get beat.
Johnny took this a little personal, like most tall people out there.
He doesn't. I'm not even tall. I'm 5'9".
Dude, I saw a lot of Instagram heat for Darren Williams or Darren Winn after his win because they were saying like, "Oh, boring fight." It wasn't a boring fight. Like this was a very technical, interesting fight. Yeah, maybe there were some times where he was holding him, getting a breath of air, but for the most part, there was action. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, you can't. How many takedowns did you get on there? Because
even look at the total strikes, bro. 70 landed to 64. They were also throwing too. And Darren Winn was taking a lot of knees, bro. The only problem was Arroyo gassed out, right?
Yes. Yeah. He said, I think in the first round he said, "Oh, I can get taken down. I'm way stronger, way bigger than this guy. I can just get up." And then he landed 12 takedowns on him. And I told you, I texted you, I said the ability that he has to grab that single and then turn a corner. There's so much torque that the takedown was instant.
Well, physics, bro. So much leverage against the taller fighter.
Yeah, I mean, way to go, Short Kings. I guess I'll give it to you.
But when you're actually talking about wrestling now, I'm not a wrestler, but physics-wise, it's hard to slam a taller guy, obviously. But he was doing a lot of good technical takedowns, like single legs, obviously. And
I'm telling you, that single and the way that he would turn on it.
It was the same takedown, right?
Yeah, to lose balance was so good.
And bro, I guess you could say that was the same thing for. Was it the Pieta fight against Khaos? Like in the end round, it was just like this. It was like an easy takedown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway,
kind of more of like a.
The guy couldn't defend. There wasn't that great takedown defense. Anyway, Arroyo faded, bro. This was one of those fights again.
Yeah.
First round.
Lost the first round, came back, won the rest of the fight.
So there we go. DC was real happy. That's his boy. They trained in Gilroy, California. So
next one was.
He's trained by world-class wrestlers.
Yeah, he's been wrestling since he was in the womb.
Okay, moving on to the last fight that we covered this on episode 3, but I mean, it was kind of like
it got bumped down. It was supposed to be on the main card, but then it got bumped down to the early part of the prelims. And
women's flyweight, man.
Women's flyweight. We came in high on Gillian Robertson, thinking that.
I was smoking that Gillian Robertson.
Yeah. That fire red right there with that red hair.
Hell yeah.
Coming from Canada. But we kind of called this one saying that the way that Gillian was going to win was she was going to take it to the ground and kind of dominate there because we knew Talia was a striker. And it definitely went to the ground.
You know what happened, bro? Gillian Robertson, trained by Dean Thomas, just must have got it in her head. I'm going to submit her from my back.
I could submit anybody.
Or I could, just like, not even like trying to get the dominant position in wrestling. Like anytime she was being, there was a takedown attempt by Talia, she was like, "Oh, let me pull guard. Or let me try to get a guillotine. We'll put you in guard."
She went with the flying armbar at the very beginning of the first round.
Like, dude, it was engraved in her head that was the way to win. A submitter off her back. Obviously, Talia Santos had really good submission defense. She's like, oh, you're really good at jiu-jitsu? I'm pretty good at jiu-jitsu defense. You know? And that was the name of the game. Like I said, Gillian was trying to take off her back. Control time, Talia Santos only had one takedown, but 12 minutes of control time?
Yeah, but it was because she was pulling guard so much. You know what I mean?
That's what we're
she was
talking
pulling
about.
guard so much, and I wish they gave it a stat here on how many submission attempts Gillian Robertson went for, because that's why she was on her back so much. She was transitioning to arm bars, to triangle. It was
All the shapes.
All the shapes.
Like, calm down, Gillian. Wait, dude, is it Gillian or Gillian? This is my. I'm not even upset with
We're not gonna figure it out. Who cares?
I'm gonna go with Gillian for the rest of my life, and even if it's Gillian. Anyway.
But after that one, that was a unanimous decision for Talia. She dominated that.
Dominate 17-1. Watch out for Talia Santos.
The last fight that we wanted to go over was Jimmy Flick with that flying triangle in the very first round.
Jimmy the break flick sick with the quick sick.
With a quick kick that's super slick and sick, brother.
Jimmy Flick, bro. Okay, you know how Johnny in the previous fight was talking about Robertson's flying armbar? How about flying triangle, baby?
And it works.
Against Tyler Durden from Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Cody Durden, my bad. But yeah, Jimmy the break flick, bro. He looked like he was having trouble on the feet. Pulled the flying triangle. That was impressive. Submission of the year?
We'll have to look at that one.
Yeah, that will be in the running. That's an early nominee. I mean, obviously, recency bias. It just happened. All right, well, that does it here, the Brothers of the World podcast. That was our UFC 17 Las Vegas, baby.
Sadly, that was the last fight of this year, so we're going to be thinking of other ways to bring out some content. But for sure, last week of December, last week of the year, we will be having our MMA award show right here on the channel. So make sure you like and subscribe and click on that so that you can come in and get this video really quick.
Are you done or are you finished? Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for our award show coming at the end of December. It was good to see you. Peace out. We are the Brothers of the World.